Hi guys and welcome to another video. So in this video I'm gonna show you guys I'm gonna list some of the reasons why you should learn Python. Okay, there are a lot of reasons. I'm gonna show you just some of them and you could make your mind about it. So let's just talk about. So Python is a very interesting language. It's very popular nowadays, but I think you probably have heard of Python at this point at some time. So Python is a very interesting language because it don't need compilation actually. So the compilation occurs on time. It's called, I think, JIT, right? Just in time compilation. It's very interesting. It's very easy to learn. Very intuitive. Very interesting. So I'm just gonna show you guys some of the main points why you should learn Python. There's a lot of them. So first of all, let's start by talking about TensorFlow. So TensorFlow is a deep learning framework. It is the most popular deep learning framework, and its main usage is in Python. Okay. So Python is a language that nowadays it is used a lot for deep learning. There are lots of reasons for that. The scientific community and the number of tutorials on how to do stuff in Python are gigantic. Okay, so that's lots of reasons for that. So we have TensorFlow, which has an API in Python primarily. We have PyTorch, which is a torch implementation in Python. Okay, so another big deep learning framework for Python. Okay, we have Keras, which is a kind of as an API for other deep learning frameworks. It works great for beginners and also for researchers. So you guys can think of Python as this gigantic ecosystem for deep learning. So the major deep learning frameworks are for Python. There is also CNTK, which I think it was supposed to be C# for Citizen, but it was actually Python for Citizen. We have MXNet, we have Chainer. So we have a lot of deep learning frameworks. They are primarily aimed into the Python ecosystem. So if you are trying to get into deep learning, you need to learn Python, of course. Okay, so there you go. If you are into deep learning, the one is one big reason to learn Python. So the second one is for web. So Django is a Python framework for web development. It's a very interesting project. Had lots of users. Is a very famous web framework. If you guys don't know, then I think there is actually a list of websites that was done with Django. I'm gonna look it up right now, guys, for you. Django sites. Let me take a look. Okay, so we got a list of websites that they claim that they were built using Django. So I got Bitbucket, Instagram. Okay, Instagram is huge. Mozilla Firefox, Pinterest, NASA, Onion, Mahalo, and the Washington Post. So you guys can see that large companies are using Django. Okay, so that's one big reason why not. The web is huge nowadays, right? So we also have Flask, which is a more interesting for hobbyists. Okay, I personally used Django, actually Flask, to write some. I forgot the name of the term. I think it's client. I forgot exactly. Okay, but actually it's very easy to create an API to consume in some applications using Flask. Like just 20 lines of code and you can implement a simple API which is very interesting. So you guys can see it has 42,000 stars on GitHub, which is interesting. So, okay, so far for web, we have Django and Flask. There's also Web2Py, but Web2Py is quite old now. I don't think it's that popular nowadays. Okay, so there we go. For web, we have Django and Flask. So for games, we have Kiwi and we have Pygame. So Pygame is like a very interesting library to create, let's say, 2D arcade games. So you guys can think of Pygame as a very interesting engine for games. It's very simplistic, but it's interesting actually. So there you go, guys. For a game, I'm gonna brush it off some of the main points here. So Pygame is interesting, but you wouldn't make something professional using Pygame. So we now have Kiwi, which I think is one of the most interesting projects for Python. So it's cross-platform, it's business-friendly, and it's JPureSLA. So why Kiwi though? Why you should think of Kiwi? So Kiwi is this platform in which you could create an app or a game, and you could port into mobile, or you could just release a desktop version for a multi-platform. For instance, you could create a game and deploy it or release it for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. So it's very interesting because of that feature. And the main thing is that you could actually create an Android app from that program. So the thing is very interesting, very interesting. So you write a game in the Kiwi ecosystem, and then you can create an APK for that game. It's very interesting. So if you guys are down to Kiwi, let me know in the comments down below. And I think if you guys have enough interest, I will probably make some tutorials on Kiwi, so you guys could learn the basics of Kiwi and get started with Kiwi. Okay, so there you go, guys. I think these are the main points of Python. There are a lot more. If you guys didn't see them here on this video, guys can comment down below, and maybe, or most likely, I will address them in another video. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you so much, and see you guys next time.